All his practice dives from right here on the 10-meter have obviously paid off. But if there's anything bigger than Nick's success, it's his personality. Fun day here at the Sand Volleyball Complex as the Seminoles kicked off their second season with the Garnet and Gold scrimmage. The team helped the girls adjust to life in America, but Maria and Oliveira bring pieces of Serbia to their team as well. Down 11 1 point in the second half, it turned out to be a heartbreaker for the Noles this Valentine's Day as they were defeated by NC State 76-69. Yola moved across the country from members of her legendary running family, but she made her own running family right here at FSU. Next up is bracket play, which concludes Sunday, so make sure you stick with us for the results. I'm Shannon McLellan, Seminoles.com. Chris Revel was thrilled when he got to stay on the team, but a teammate was just as excited. Good friend and kicker Dustin Hopkins wished for this scholarship almost as much as Revel did. Now, in previous years, they picked teams with a player draft, but due to the amount of injuries this year, the coaches picked the teams, pairing the first team offense and second team defense with the first team defense and second team offense. Back to you. Florida State graduated 6 seniors last year who were the winningest class in FSU basketball history, meaning that last year's young players will have to develop into this year's team leaders. Some called it a Cinderella story, but for the Florida State men's basketball team, last season's success was the plan all along. A plan to prove themselves, a plan to make history. The team defeated ACC powerhouses Duke and North Carolina in back-to-back games in the ACC tournament to show everyone that it was the year of the Seminole, bringing back the first ACC championship title in program history.
It was probably the best feeling I ever had. Just being a part of that and making history.
And probably the best part where I really realized it was after the championship game. Mike Krzyzewski came into the locker room and he whispered to everybody, "You did it." So that I really felt good about that.
Junior Michael Snare was the first Seminole in history to be named the most valuable player of the ACC tournament.
It meant a lot to be, to have that honor and be the first one to ever get it. I mean, it meant the world to me. It meant more than anything. I mean, it was a dream come true.
The team went on to the NCAA tournament for a record 4th consecutive year, and despite a second-round loss, the team's accomplishments were undeniable.
They enjoyed playing. They were very close-knit guys, and I thought they represented Florida State very well.
Florida State graduated 6 seniors last year who were the winningest class in FSU basketball history, meaning that last year's young players will have to develop into this year's team leaders. Despite the loss, the veterans say they are ready to step up and guide the team to success.
I think these guys feeling confident in themselves, and they're passing along the wisdom that we've learned through the ups and downs, through the mistakes that we made, as well as through the successes that we achieved last year.
Being a team leader means teaching the younger players what it means to play Florida State basketball. The veterans are working to instill confidence and strong work ethic in their new players.
Becoming a better person and a better teammate every day so my team can be put in the best situation possible.
Know that you have a great program here and know that we have a new culture that we're trying to build and just keep building on it. And I want them to take pride in being a Seminole the same way I do.
And this season, the team has no intentions of slowing down. They will use their athleticism and youth to their advantage.
I feel like we haven't had a team like this, especially since I've been here and over watching Florida State over the past couple of years. Just an athletic, young-bodied, skilled team who wanted to get out and run the floor a lot. So I felt like we haven't had one of those teams in all the years I've been watching Florida State. So I feel like this will be one of the best teams.
And with the season fast approaching, the Seminoles have only one thing on their mind.
Winning. Every game. I don't want to lose at all. I mean, I want to go out and win every game and just prove, every day that we can't be stopped. This team is the truth. That's it.
Dominating every day, whether it's in practice, in the game, just dominating every aspect of life, really.
I'm just ready to get back out there, ready for the ball to be tossed up and ready to get playing. I can't even explain it.
With a combination of leadership, youth, and confidence, the Seminoles will work toward reaching their goals. For Seminole Sports Magazine, I'm Shannon McLellan.
Ćao, zovem se Marija I dolazim iz Bajine Bašte iz Srbije. Zovem se Olja.
What you just heard was Serbian, the native language of Florida State volleyball players Maria Milosavljevic and Oliveira Medic. They may live in Tallahassee now, but Serbia is where both of them call home. Both girls were born and raised in the small Eastern European country where they fell in love with volleyball. When they finished high school, they knew they had two options: play professionally at home or get a degree overseas.
And I knew that later in life I won't be able to live off of volleyball, so I had to get an education, and I saw that opportunity in America. That's why I came.
So my priority was to graduate in college and then also to play volleyball on a good level so I can continue playing professional after.
Opportunity in America knocked, and they both answered. Maria is now an accomplished senior who helped FSU make their way to a Final Four appearance in the 2011 season. Oliveira has helped tremendously as an outside hitter in her first season at FSU. But moving halfway across the world was a bit of a culture shock, to say the least.
When I first got here, I felt like I'm on another planet because everything was different.
But the girls quickly felt at home with the help of their teammates and coaches.
We don't really focus on them being international. We focus on them being part of Florida State volleyball. So our family is Florida State volleyball, whether you're from California or whether you're from Serbia. We don't really make that big a deal about it as far as what country they're from, and just see them as part of our family.
You know, everything was new when I got here, and they tried to hang out with us, to give us a ride anywhere we needed, and they helped us a lot because, you know, we spent a lot of time together, and I know that the first person that I would ask for help would be some of my teammates or coaches because we are like a family.
The team helped the girls adjust to life in America, but Maria and Oliveira bring pieces of Serbia to their team as well.
Yeah, the other day we had maybe 2 hours before the game and we were hanging out in the training room, so we just played some Serbian music and I taught them some moves from Serbian national dance. It was funny. Yeah.
She wanted to know how you say, "What's up, bro?" And so if she was here now, she would say, "Šta ima, brate?"
It's been a lot of fun for all of the girls, whether they're from a different country or whether they're from the United States, because they learn so much from each other, whether it's some of the different phrases that may be said to their culture, what they eat, the volleyball part. I think there's a lot of things they can learn from each other.
The girls enjoy sharing their culture with their teammates, but sometimes it's hard not to get homesick.
In 2.5 years, I was home for 3 months, and I haven't been home in almost a year and a half. So
I go home maybe once or twice a year for a week or a couple of weeks. And I don't know, we Skype a lot because I'm really close to my family. They know everything about my life here, but I know it's hard for them to picture my life here because they've never been here and they don't know how it actually works.
I know that both certainly enjoy being over in the United States, but they also definitely miss home and the friends and family they have at home.
And the other thing they miss the most?
food. I'm pretty sure everyone says that, but well, obviously my family and my friends, but food is one of the main things I miss.
I think food. Yeah, food is something I miss the most.
Whether they're missing their families or craving a Serbian meal, the girls take comfort in having a friend and teammate who shares their culture.
So it's always nice to get away from English a little bit and just talk to someone in Serbian.
It's easier to have somebody to speak in Serbian, but also we're coming from the similar background, from same culture, so it's better to have somebody who can understand you better than maybe some other people here.
I think any time that you have international players, if there's another one on your team or someone that they're close to that's also at the school, it definitely helps because just the difference in the culture is going to be a little bit, but more importantly is just having that sense of being around home by being near someone else that's from that same country.
Maria and Oliveira have certainly been impacted by their new home, but it's safe to say their Serbian culture has impacted their team as well. I'm Shannon McLellan for Seminole Sports Magazine.